Hi guys, Zach Reedy here. I'm a field geologist by trade, and all of the watches in my collection that I own have to be very durable, waterproof is a necessity, and back in 2011 I had my 30th birthday, and I picked up a Doxa 1200T, and I just wanted to talk briefly about it. I mean, it's coming up on its 5th year with me, and also just a little bit about the brand. There's some great videos out there. Bruce Williams has done a couple, and also the Urban Gentry. Great videos, talk more about the history than I do. But the biggest difference will be is I've had this watch for 5 years. I've used it in almost every situation. You can put one of these through short of saturation diving, and I think I have some neat insights that you might appreciate. So let's get into it.
So guys, before I jump into the meat and potatoes of my Doxa 1200T Professional, I wanted to talk a bit about what I consider a proper tool watch for me. And these are some features that are listed on like gearpatrol.com and a couple other sites, and then my personal taste. So first off is the watch has to be waterproof to at least 100 meters. Sapphire crystal. The Hardlex crystals I've had on various Seikos just don't last. They get scuffed really badly. So sapphire is definitely what I prefer. Stainless steel or titanium case, rotating bezel for tracking elapsed time, bracelet or strap that will not break the spring bars. I've actually had a few watches where the spring bars, where the strap connects, pop them off. So that's a big factor. Also, it has to be shock resistant, whether that's an ankle block protection or any number of other devices used to protect the movement of the watch. Also, it can't be too bulky. The taller the case is, the more likely it is to be, knocked by objects as I swing my arms. So, something under 15 millimeters deep is awesome. So those are kind of my features that I like in a tool watch. Right here I have the Doxa 1200T. I'm wearing a Phoebus 300 meter diver. Similar features, different depth rating, little different finish quality. And so that brings me to what does the Doxa 1200T provide? What are its dimensions? What are its features? So on the Doxa 1200T, you're looking at a total length from, lug to lug of 44.6 millimeters. The width of the width crown is, the width crown. So from here to the end of the crown is 44.5 millimeters. The dial diameter, so that's the orange, is 27 millimeters, and the height is a really nice 12.4 millimeters. The Doxa comes in at about $1,800 to $1,900. You can find a lot of them online used, or you can go straight to their website, buy it brand new. And to put this into perspective, the original Doxa sub 300T, which was first developed in the 60s, had a overall length of 47 millimeters. The dial diameter was 25.5, and the height was 12.4 with a weight of 219 grams. And that you can buy various iterations of that for around $2,490. So after 5 years, this Doxa is gaining about 15 seconds a day, which is plus 3 seconds from the ETA 2824, adjusted in 2 positions. And at this point, the power reserve is only lasting about 12 hours when properly wound. So it's due for a tune-up. I mean, the ETA 2824 is a great movement, but it does require some maintenance every so many years. I purchased this watch because I'm a huge fan of the Clive Cussler novels, and he always features his sub 300T in his books, and he has owned one since the 60s. And so yeah, I kind of wanted a bit of a story with the watch. It was a very durable piece, and it served me really well. If you aren't interested in their dive watches, remember Doxa got started making the 8-day watch, which had an 8-day power reserve. You wound it up and it was good to go for 8 days. It was real popular in fighter planes and race cars back in the early 1900s. And so if you go down to the bottom of the Doxa website, you'll see a link that takes you to their main site, and they have other dive models that don't have the classic cushion case, which is, as far as original cases go, this is up there, in my opinion, with a Submariner. You know, the cushion case, Submariner cases, they all came out about the same time. But anyways, they have some more classic looking pieces, some with some historical attributes, and it's just a really cool site. There's also the Ginny family, and they are the owners of Doxa, the Doxa name, and they have their own site for their own dive watches, which are a little more modern, but please check out the Doxa website if you're interested in this piece. And if you're in the market for a highly durable, great dive watch, the Doxa should be on your list, unless you have the budget to go out for a Submariner. This is definitely one of my holy grail watches, which will never leave my possession. And I hope you like my video. If you have any questions, leave me a question down below at the bottom of the page, or comments. You know, everything's welcome. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed.